Hello, guys, and welcome to today's episode. In today's episode, we are looking at server side routing, or let's say we are looking at service side routing in Cisco SD-WAN. So you notice that we have a bit of changes over here. I have introduced the FortiGate firewall, and I have a web server sitting here. So from our previous video, we can confirm that we have connectivity, full mesh in our SD-WAN fabric. Now, we want to introduce service-side routing, so static routing, BGP routing. In the case where we have an edge device, let's say C edge or V edge, pairing with another device, be it a Cisco router or let's say a FortiGate device or any other security appliance that we can have in our infrastructure. So I'm going to do a test from here. We're not going to go into the whole SD-WAN fabric. I think over the course of the series, I've explained a lot about the SD-WAN fabric. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to check from WebTem4, which is connected to VH5 in a different location, and see if we can reach the LAN IP on the V1, VH1. So let me just pop it up and let me just bring it here. So I'm going to go ahead and open the terminal. Oh, sorry. So let me just open the terminal. So open the terminal and let me ping. And you remember the IP address for VH1 was 172.172.16.1.1, and it's reachable. And I have 254 on the FortiGate firewall, and as you can see, it's not responding. The reason why it's not responding is that I have configured the FortiGate firewall, but then it has only IP addresses. It has no routes. So as a matter of fact, um, we can't reach it as you can see over here. So one thing I can do just to get connectivity to the one interface of the FortiGate firewall is just to first of all check the administrative profile. So as you can see, I have ping HTTPS enabled, but then the problem is that I can't reach my other end. So what I can do is that I can just go ahead to static route, create a route, and then I'll point it to the gateway is 172.16.1.1. So it will automatically pick the gateway, click on apply, and also I have to configure a firewall policy. So firewall policy to allow traffic. So let's see if we are able to reach it. And as you can see, we have paying access to the one interface because I enabled the default route so that the pings from the device at VH1 would get a written route. So before I move on to the firewall policies, what I'm going to do is that now within our SD-WAN fabric, okay, within our SD-WAN fabric, so we need to make sure that let's say this is a service for, so let's say this is a service that we have in our SD-WAN infrastructure, and these are our branches over here. So all these branches need to communicate to this particular server over here. So there need to be a connection to the server that we have in our infrastructure. So what we can do is that we can basically just um sorry, I'm trying to get my good. Is that correct? That's fine. Okay, so what I'm going to do is that I'm going to first of all enable server-side routing in the VA so that we can route traffic to this particular subnet, or let's say even the host as well. I'll just use the subnet to do it, and then through OMP would redistribute all this particular route into the all the VAGs over here. So without wasting much time, I'm going to log into my vManage, which has the IP address of 192.168.10.158. So I'm going to log into my vManage. login. Okay. And what I'm going to do is that we are going to go to device templates. So these are device templates, and let's check for the VH1, which template we are using for the service side VPN. So I think we used V1 uh, VH1 VPN1 interface. Okay, that's fine. So what you're going to do is that we need to do a static route. So before we go ahead to do that, I will go to feature templates and I'll go to VPN1, VH VPN1. So no, I think that would be, yeah, VH VPN1, as you can see over here. But then I just want to create a specific VH VPN1 for VH1 so that I wouldn't need to worry myself. Because if I'm to edit this and add the service side routing, it's going to populate for all the VHs unless I make it optional. So what I can do is that, let me just use the first method. Let's make it optional. Okay. So what we can do is that when I open the VH1 template, feature template, I'll go to IPv4 route. So I'll click on IPv4 route. I'll make this optional so that not all the VHs are going to receive it. Okay, as and when we need it, then we do. So I'll just go to next up. Then I'll select add next up, add next up. So that would be to, let's say, let me just use a variable. Okay, so let me just name the variable to, let's say, service underscore side route. Perfect. For it to make sense. Okay. Then the distance is 1. Then okay, so that will be all. So this would be the address and the distance, and I'll click on add. So let me just go ahead and go through again. I think I need to currently add uh, the next hop. No, so hold on, I'm coming. Let me just do something right. Add next hop address. That would be okay. So let me check the IP address on the, okay, so that's 172.16.1.254. That is the IP address on the WAN interface of my FortiGate firewall. So I'll just click on add, have one next up, and then the prefix. So I think, okay, let me just leave it this way so I can input. It's a variable selected. Let me untick it and see. So here is just global device specific. So I'll just change it to service side, service underscore side prefix. I'll be fine. And I'll mark it as optional. And I'll click on add, and I'll click on update. Before that, let's check OMP. So when it comes to OMP, we are already redistributing static and connected into OMP. So we are good to go. I'll click on update, and it's going to prompt me to update all the VAGs. So currently, who has this? This is VH2. That shouldn't be the case unless, so let me just cancel it and just be sure. So the template is being used by all the VHs. Okay, so let me just do it again. Edit. Once again, we go to IPv4 route, IPv4 route, and then we mark it as, let me change the variable to service side prefix. Cool. And the next stop, The next step is going to be 172 add, and then mark it as optional, add, update once again. Okay, so let me see. Okay, cool. So let me go to next. I think that part skipped me. So I have a total of 6 devices to configure, but then you remember I made it optional, so I'll just only focused on VH1. And now before I even do it, I need to configure the subnet, or let's say the host.